let's talk about how to actually hold people accountable. Like, we've talked about some of the limitations, but like, what are the ways to actually hold them accountable?
To me, it goes back to, one of the things we've been saying of give the feedback and give it specifically. One of the biggest errors that we see is people, because of this social pressure to not destabilize a relationship, let's say they have 5 direct reports and one of them or 2 of them are missing deadlines. They will, in a team meeting with 5 people, talk about, look, it's really important that we hit our deadlines. And 3 of the 5 people are like,
I've been hitting my deadlines.
Like,
this conversation isn't about me.
Right. And the other 2 are like, oh, okay, well, this makes sense. This is like manager 101. We should hit our deadline. Okay. All right. That's good. And they go out and the 3 people who hit the deadlines are like, well, what is going on? And then the other 2, it was too general as opposed to pulling in the 2 or just one and then the other. And you're like, hey, you missed this deadline. You missed this deadline. Why? And then they tell you and you're like, here's the next 2 we have coming up. Don't miss them. Like, that's accountability. Accountability lives in feedback. Feedback is specific, meaning there's always an example. And so resist the urge to cover in a group meeting what should be covered with 1 or 2 people. The reason you're doing that, it's natural, is because we get to feel like, okay, I said that, I'm good.
Right.
But the message will not be received with anywhere near the fidelity as if you just pinpoint it to the people who need the message. And that happens all the time. I mean, we probably see that, every couple months?
Well,
see a manager doing something like that.
Right. And then I think the other big mistake that we see all the time is the poop sandwich.
Oh.
Where it's, praise, feedback, negative feedback, praise. And the problem with that is they either find it disingenuous because you just really wanted to communicate the negative feedback, but you just tried to like snowball me by giving me 2 positive things that were really all that relevant. Or they only hear the positive and they walk away going, I'm good, I'm great, because you overweighted the positive versus the negative. And so, you do want to do recovery, but you do have to make sure that your message is actually getting heard.
That would make a great dissertation topic. Oh, wait, that was my dissertation. So read it, nerds, and you'll be the second person after me who's ever read it.
No, that's not true.
You didn't read my crap.
I did so.
You read the whole thing?
Yes, I read your stuff. We were going to turn it into a paper.
Oh, all right. Which we didn't.
And your mother read it.
My mom didn't read that.
I think she did.
People on my committee didn't read it. My advisor, Mark Knapp, read it.
And he did. He gave you feedback.
Committee members skimmed it. But that's okay. I love them. Thank you for giving me a PhD.
They all put in time.
Yeah. But the thing about this negative feedback and the sandwich is that it dilutes the message and people don't actually know what you're saying. I'm always reminded of a study from years ago where they asked people, I have good news and bad news. What do you want first? And everybody, overwhelming, wants bad news first. But when you ask the sender, what do you think people want? It's more like 50-50 because of this underlying sensitivity to disrupting the harmony of a relationship. Let me start with the good before the bad. It's not what people want. What's this conversation about? You asked a question a couple minutes ago. How do you drive accountability? Talk about what you need to talk about. Direct when you need to direct. When deadlines are missed, which, I guess we should say, give deadlines. That's part of accountability.
But they have to actually be real deadlines.
Yeah. And then when missed, talk about what happened.
There's research on deadlines. The reason why they're important is nothing gets done until the halfway point. And then
that's what it says?
You get, they have to have the deadline, and then you have to have a midway point, and then they scramble, and then
very interesting.
Yeah, so it's until you have like these periods of time where like it becomes clear that the deadline is looming over them and they've done nothing. Nothing gets done. Anyway, I wanted to add in, I think also that we underestimate praise as feedback. Praise is feedback.
Yeah.
And
it's the appropriateness of your actions.
Right. But we don't necessarily do praise right in terms of feedback. So the praise, just like the negative feedback, needs to be specific.
That's right.
So
not good job.
Yeah, not good job. They actually have to know what it was that they did that was good to learn that that was good.
Managing this conflict with the client. Yeah. Good job, whatever. Yeah, specific.
And then the last thing that I want to say to this is we neither of us have found research on this, but I think this has face validity. Is we know that EQ is really important for leadership.
Tell the non-nerds what EQ is.
Emotional intelligence.
Sometimes called EI.
Yeah.
EQ is a play on IQ or EI.
Right. It's emotional intelligence. So that's two things. It's your ability to manage your own emotions, and it's your ability to manage other people's emotions. And I think where people get tripped up with high EQ, which generally speaking is very positive in terms of being a leader, when giving feedback on accountability, you're reading probably pretty accurate that the person is getting upset. And then you're trying to pull your punches to not make them upset. But not everything is going to be, we shouldn't have the expectation that everything that is heard should be perceived positively. Like they should have a sense, I screwed that up. Like that's the point of the feedback. Right. Like we need change, right, and we need them to recognize that. And so the people with the high EQ, we think, pulling their punches because they're reading it. Right. You're going in with the wrong expectation. Yeah. You have to be okay with sometimes the people being a little upset. That doesn't mean that you leave them upset permanently, because like you do have to circle back around and be like, hey, like you're still part of the team. Yeah. But like, I need this thing done.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a great research question out there, nerds, if you're up for it. It's very counterintuitive. But like Cindi said, the higher the EQ, the greater your tendency to screw up and not deliver negative feedback because you're pulling your punches.
We think.
Yeah. It's speculation. I've never heard of any science on it, but it's a speculation that we're sensitive to that disharmony. And so instead of hanging in the conversation and delivering the feedback, we rationalize things to make that easier or go away. Usually you just don't have the conversation. Or as the example we gave before, you have it with the group of 5 instead of singling out the 1 or 2 people who absolutely need the direct conversation.
Right. Drop a comment down below and tell us about your most favorite poop sandwich.
Oh, the time that somebody brought you in to give you feedback, but they
tried to give it to them and they were like,
well, you're really great and I'm glad you're here.
And could you stop coming in an hour late every morning?
Show up on time.
But, when you're here, you do a really great job.
I think you've got great potential. Should you mind not cussing at the clients? Yeah. Yeah. It really helps when you meet your deadlines. Yep.